Hillary Clinton is well ahead in delegates, but it was a comment about Libya yesterday that's getting attention today. At a campaign event, she said this about the conflict that involved the United States and European allies in northern Africa.
Libya was a different kind of calculation, and we didn't lose a single person. We didn't have a problem in supporting our European and Arab allies in working with NATO.
Of course, the loss of at least 4 Americans in Benghazi has been a major source of doubt about her leadership. U.S. Ambassador Chris Stevens among 3 others killed on 9/11/2012. Matthew Littman, political consultant, former speechwriter for Vice President Joe Biden. Matt Schlapp, former White House political director for George W. Bush and chairman of the American Conservative Union. Gentlemen, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Matt Schlapp will be Matt. Matthew Littman shall be Matthew. Matthew, we've been trying to get you to New York forever.
Here I am.
And here you are.
That's right.
What's going on with the what many would describe as slip-ups? And I got a couple more. Let's talk about this one first.
Well, since I came all the way here, Bill, I would have preferred it if you asked me how great Hillary is and why she's doing so well in the campaign. On the slip-ups, listen, I think what she was referring to in Libya is the actual invasion of Libya, not what happened afterward. Obviously, she knows what happened with the ambassador and the other folks there, which is obviously terrible. So I don't really consider that a slip-up. I see you've listed it as a gaffe. I don't think it is. I think if you listen to her whole statement, which goes on for a couple of minutes, it's pretty obvious what she's talking about.
Okay, all right, Matt, how'd you read that?
Yeah, I just think, sometimes Hillary Clinton's in an alternate reality. And when people think of Libya in America, they think of the fact that our ambassador was assassinated, that horrible things happened to him and his security team. And for the Secretary of State at that time, who, by the way, lied about it when it happened, covered it up immediately by saying it was about a video, then has tried to alter the historical record on it, for her to not completely be foursquare with accepting this terrible tragedy under her watch is yet another political mistake. Look, when you're going to be president, the buck stops with you, and she seems to think that that's not the case with her.
I get it. I think Matthew may be right on this count, because she was talking about the initial invasion that was led by the U.S. Air Force, in fact. Gentlemen, this from Columbus, Ohio on Sunday. Listen to the tail end of this comment.
I'm the only candidate which has a policy about how to bring economic opportunity using clean, renewable energy as the key into coal country, because we're going to put a lot of coal miners and coal companies out of business.
Now, folks, that was a town hall in Ohio. You know the folks in southeastern Ohio were listening to it. And this from Friday on MSNBC at Nancy Reagan's funeral.
It may be hard for your viewers to remember how difficult it was for people to talk about HIV/AIDS back in the 1980s. And because of both President and Mrs. Reagan, in particular Mrs. Reagan, we started a national conversation.
She had to go a long way over the weekend to take that comment back. A lot of people were ticked off, as you know, Matthew.
Yeah, that was...
listen, I'll give you the comment on Benghazi, on Libya, because she was talking about the initial air war. But these other two, I just don't understand it. Make sense of it.
Well, on the coal comment, it's pretty apparent that coal jobs are, for the most part, going away. That's been happening over the last few years. They are being replaced by clean energy jobs. That's just the way that America is going right now. I have no real explanation for the comment about Nancy Reagan and AIDS. That was just a mistake on her part. I don't know why she made that comment. But look where we are today, Bill. I mean, Hillary right now is still the favorite in the Democratic Party race. She probably will win 3 out of the 5 states tonight and be on her way. And then it looks like she'd be running against Donald Trump. Matt knows she's up by double digits against Trump in almost every poll.
Let me bring Matt back into the conversation.
Well, Bill, excuse me
hang on one second, Matthew. I'll get back to you.
I'm getting very
Matt,
excited.
Stay on the topic here now. The Nancy Reagan comment, the coal miner comment, in a state that you're trying to win, frankly.
Right. Well, look, on the coal jobs, the fact is that this is the plain fact, is that they are running the coal industry out of business. We have coal companies going bankrupt left and right and obviously laying off tons of workers, and those workers are not being replaced. And the fact is, if you're in coal country, you're under attack, and you're under attack by the Obama administration, and you're under attack by the Obama EPA, and Hillary Clinton's going to do more of the same. So I think that was a big mistake in Ohio. These people don't believe that they're going to get some kind of green job. That's a myth. And on the question of complimenting Nancy Reagan, There are so many nice things to have said about Nancy Reagan. She had a big, long, full life, and she was a first lady as Hillary Clinton was a first lady. And this, once again, is where you wonder what's going on with Hillary Clinton. She just seems to not be tracking and getting it right, and I think she was off on this.
But to both of you, and I need a quick answer. Matt, you start. Does this show the challenge she would have in a general election, yes or no?
Yeah, no, but let me say I have to correct Matt on something. 43 of the last 49 polls have Hillary beating Trump.
That was good, Matthew.
Good. Live in polling world. That has nothing to do with. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about is Hillary Clinton has got to sharpen her act, or she's going to be vulnerable.
I think, but she's winning.
Gentlemen, thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
#superdelegate. That's what you got. Matt and Matthew, gentlemen, thanks. Nice to see you in the East Coast,
Bill.
Matthew.
Thanks.
You bet. Martha, what's next?
Well, it's a make or break day, as we've been saying. In the Republican side of the equation, Donald Trump trying to pad his delegate count, Ted Cruz trying to catch up, Marco